Most people would probably agree that creativity is essential for a fulfilling life. To be creative, very human. But what defines an artist? What makes someone an artist? Is it because an artist may notice things that other people don't? Emphasize stuff or draw attention? Or is their brain wired up in a different way? Creativity requires balancing brain networks, motivation, and endurance. True artistry comes from engaging in the creative process, adapting over time, and expressing one's unique perspective. Not just dreaming about it, actually expressing it, doing it. Creativity is widely recognized as a vital component of life. The poet Mary Oliver poignantly noted that the most regretful people are those who felt the call to creative work, but never gave it the time or power it deserved. This raises a compelling question. Are you an artist? Alexandra Schwartz tackled this in the July 2024 issue of The New Yorker, exploring what sustains long-term creativity and productivity among artists, what keeps them going. The article does not limit itself to one medium, but instead highlights a diverse group of veteran creators, dancers, writers, architects, actors, painters, composers, and musicians. Those who have maintained creativity, vitality over decades. These artists demonstrate resilience through flexibility. Rather than clinging to a fixed personal narrative or identity, they adapt and evolve. Schwartz writes, a vibrant long run might be sustained not by armoring oneself, instead, an even bigger and more expressive fixed narrative, but by morphing through a varied series of them over many years. This leads to another question. If you're not willing to put in the work, are you truly an artist? Being an artist is not solely about output. You can feel deeply creative, have an artist's eye, or think in an artistic way, even during periods of low productivity. Many artists experience long stretches of dormancy, but do not stop being artists. However, if you never actually engage in the creative work, writing, painting, composing, dancing, the art remains potential, unexpressed. An artist without practice is like a musician who never touches their instrument. The identity exists, but never breathes. One reason many people live with unused creative potential is that creativity can feel difficult. This difficulty stems from how our brain networks interact. Creativity depends on a balance between two brain networks. The default mode, that is the default mode network, DMN, and the executive control network, ECN. A 2013 study by Roger Beatty and colleagues found that highly creative people show stronger connectivity between these two networks. However, when stress or overthinking dominates, the ECN can stifle idea generation. Fear of judgment, for example, activates the amygdala, the brain's fear center, which dampens risk-taking and kills originality. Harvard researcher Teresa Amabile demonstrated that people produce fewer creative ideas when they feel evaluated. Constantly worrying about other people's opinions only leads to anguish. Dopamine, a neurotransmitter, plays a crucial role in divergent thinking, the ability to generate many different ideas. A 2010 study in Frontiers in Human Neuroscience found low dopamine levels often linked to fatigue or routine, making it harder for the brain to branch out creatively. The New Yorker article emphasizes that longevity and adaptation are key to sustain creativity. Artists who keep creating over decades do not rely solely on talent or inspiration. They adapt, evolve, and keep showing up. Woody Allen actually said that 80% of success is just turning up. Valda Setterfield, a dancer, said that she stayed alive as an artist by morphing with age, not despite it. This requires persistence, not just passion. In this sense, putting in the work is part of being an artist, because art is as much about endurance as inspiration. 99% perspiration, 1% inspiration. Creative work is not about grinding 12 hours a day to prove your artistic worth. Vibrant creative lives often come from balance, ritual, rest, flexibility, and even play. Carl Jung refuted the myth of the suffering artist, stating, "True creative genius does not let itself be spoiled by analysis, but is freed from the impediments and distortions of a neurosis. Neurosis does not produce art. It is uncreative and inimical to life." The answer is simple. If you see the world differently and feel compelled to express it, if you wrestle with ideas, images, sounds, or words, even when no one is watching, if you are willing to engage the creative process, even imperfectly, inconsistently, or experimentally, then you are an artist. But if you only dream about it and never enter the work, the identity may exist, but the art itself does not get born. Writer Virginia Woolf emphasized the importance of inner freedom and the courage to express one's true thoughts and feelings without fear of judgment or societal constraints. You are an artist by identity and sensibility, but only become one in practice when you engage the work. Creativity requires balancing brain networks, motivation, and endurance. It is sustained by adaptation, persistence, by willing to be unique.